today we continue a look at our vintage treasures that we have around the store. This, I think hands down, is one of my favorite pieces. I coveted this for years. It's out on a front porch. Probably told you the story before. It's out on a front porch on Noble. I drive by every day going, I need that. I need to rescue it. We need this. Turned up in an antique store. They wanted a ridiculous amount of money for it. I just couldn't justify paying, $3 grand for a piece. Finally wound up across the street on sale. You should see me trying to wheel it over here with a bunch of ladies in the shop because it was the last day to get it over here, and we absolutely love it. I believe it came out of the Guthrie Post Office. You can see under some of these it'll say like Tulsa, Oklahoma City, metro area, and so it's a mail sorter. And it is so functional and so perfect for our circular needles, and we just absolutely love it. Don't know what I'd do without it. So happy that we have it. Up here, I'm gonna walk around here, Jeannie. If you look up high, I kind of have an assortment of stuff. At one time, I used to keep all my baskets up there and hop up and down and get them. I've learned since then just to not do that. But I do have my pink flamingos and my sign. I don't know if you can see it or not. I'll put a close-up of it on the screen for you, but it's the Duke Sanitarium sign. When we were redoing the building, my dad gutted this thing. It had drop-down ceilings, and he had to kind of build in this, but he found that board in with the stuff. And it's from Guthrie, Oklahoma, Duke Sanitarium, when we thought, kind of fitting. We love it. I also have, like I said, I'm a multi-generation construction family, lots of toolboxes. I have a thing for antique toolboxes. I can't hardly turn one down when I find it, so I have several wooden toolboxes that I absolutely love. Some of the pieces I've had since I was a kid. This is one of the dressers, chest of drawers. When we first moved to Edmond in the early 80s, my mom took me to an antique store in Edmond, kind of downtown by the post office, and bought me 2 chests and a dresser that I have in the back storeroom. In fact, my dresser in the back storeroom has a big mirror, and that's where I put on my makeup every day. And it still has fingernail polish on it from when I was a kid. So these are just pieces that I absolutely love. Back here, this is a desk that I rescued from Mom. When Mom moved out of her big house on Noble, she basically gave away all of her antiques. She sold them for next to nothing. I wish she'd have let me hire somebody to estate sale, but she wasn't listening. But this red desk, she tried to sell it to somebody for nothing. I'm like, no, Mom, no, I'll keep it. I want it. It's worth more than $40. This desk has been in my family as long as I can remember. I just couldn't bear to see it go for nothing. So we've got it here at the store. It's an old secretary desk, has a chair that matches, and I just love it. It's just something, like I said, ever since I was small, it was always in our house, and it was worth more than $40 to me. Lastly, and I'm missing something, my button cabinet. Love this. Love this. Mom and I are on an antique buying spree for the store in Oklahoma City, and we ran across this. I'm like, it's perfect. I knew what we'd use it for, buttons, all these compartments. So Keith and my dad were with us. I said, okay, we need this. Mom and I bought this. We've got to put it in the truck. It's really heavy. It's made out of pine. And Keith took one look at it. He doesn't share my appreciation for antiques. And he said, how much are they paying me to haul this thing off? That's how he felt about it. I'm like, no, it's a wonderful piece. He goes, it's a piece, all right. It's a piece of, bleep. Yeah, but I love it. Love it, love it, love it. Last, kind of hiding over here under my popcorn machine, this is an antique sewing machine cabinet that used to have my great-grandmother's sewing machine in it. But it met kind of a sad fate thanks to my dad. When we first started doing our intarsia kits, Mom knew that we wanted to put the yardage that you needed into the kit so you wouldn't have to buy a whole skein if you just needed 5 yards, yards to make a little face or something out of. And at first, remember, I came home and she and my brother have her yardstick out. She's like, this is not gonna work. So my dad invented this contraption. I'll have to get it down sometime. And it's this thing that spins and measures yarn, and it's a pretty cool thing. It works real well. His first take on the contraption, he brought it out and says, hey, look, I made you something. And my mom's like, great. What is that powering it? He goes, oh, it's the motor out of your grandmother's sewing machine. My mom was so mad. It would get hot. I could still smell it. We had to stick it in a bowl of ice to cool it down. Eventually, it got replaced by a Makita drill. But after the motor went kaput because of Dad's contraption, we were left with a motorless sewing machine that I think went in the infamous garage sale. And then I've got the cabinet that holds our popcorn machine. So I hope you've enjoyed a look at all of our treasures. I think about every piece in here has a story behind it. If you're ever interested, ask me. I'm always happy to share.